once this leaves, then it signals to not just me, but to others that I am ill. While I have this, I don't look. I don't. Fine. I smile, but. Okay, Petula. In early September, after laying Mama to rest, I returned to New York for my bone marrow transplant. Petula shaved my head the day before I entered the hospital. It was so traumatic last time, and I wanted to be in control. I am in control. I am deciding when my hair goes. I'm not waiting in that hospital bed for it to fall out. Yes. I made this decision. And it was the right decision. Once in the hospital, I underwent 10 consecutive days of intensive chemotherapy. My constant companion, an IV pole. And I couldn't even see the pole for all the bags that were hanging off of it. And some of it was nutrition. And there was this white bag called lipids. And it would come in the room and I could just smell it. And it looked like whiteout. That's how it was. But it was giving me life. It was keeping me alive. Now I grew so attached to my IV pole, I just had to give it a name. A friend went online and saw that the disco name for Robin is Rashonda. So Rashonda was the name of my IV pole that was all like, ooh, ooh. The disco pole, because I do like to dance. You look for things, putting up G.I. Jane, putting up signs of Hawaii and the Greek Isles, and it was all about visualizing and seeing different things. The morning of my transplant was a blur. I don't remember. I was in another place. I was just, you have to remember, I had gone through 10 consecutive days of chemotherapy. I had nothing left. I was surrounded by Dorothy and Sally Ann and other loved ones who were there to celebrate and witness this miraculous moment.
I feel all the love in here, all the love.
We're keeping it boring. You said keep it boring. With a syringe filled with millions of Sally Ann's stem cells, my transplant doctor, Dr. Sergio Giralt, gave me the gift of life. I don't hear anybody else. I don't see anybody else. I just see Dr. Giralt. And he starts inserting the syringe into a port I have in my chest. And I remember seeing tears. He has his mask on, but I remember seeing tears in Dr. Giralt's eyes. And I can see that his mouth is moving, that he's saying something.
I say a small prayer, a small saying that both my wife and my mother-in-law have taught me. Let God do his work and it will work. To me, it does capture the real sense of the moment. The way this finally evolves is a whole joint of events that may be beyond our control and is in the control of a power above us. And our role is to do the best we can with the instruments that we have. I think now is a good time to say, go Sally, go!
Sally, you're in me. You're in me.
Well, I'll tell you what
happens now?
I think that when you see the health, the excellent health, you will realize I had to go through it to get to this.
After the transplant, it began to sink in how much I was still deeply grieving Mom. Do you feel Mama? Oh, yes. Yes. And Dad. I feel Mother. I see Mother. And she is here. She is here, and he is there, and God is on the top, and they are anointing you. She is here. She will always be here. She loves you dearly.
And she left so she could do more powerful work for you. I've always been the healthy one.
I know.
Yeah, and the beautiful one too. She was so cute. She was. Oh, she was the cutest little girl.
I will never forget the 24-hour dedication of doctors and nurses working towards a miracle. I'm a believer, but no one said it would be easy. For days and days following my transplant, I was in isolation. My grandma used to always say she loved the mornings and she loved quiet time. Boy, did I have a lot of quiet time. Oh, and I learned to appreciate it because I've always been just going nonstop. Slowly, I began to regain my physical strength and was able to sit in a chair just long enough for a second haircut.
We gotta stop meeting like this, Petula. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel, has captive, O Israel. That's all I know of this particular song. I thought you were really cute. But I will sing if you will sing along. We love you, dear sister, yes we do. This is a new beginning for you. Rejoice, rejoice, oh Robin. We love you, dear sister, yes we do.
It wouldn't be long before I was back on my feet. But what would life be like for me on the outside?